Hayden, remind me what that gang it was in Australia that you're a part of again?
The New South Wales Police Force.
That's actually funny. That's actually funny.
That's the deadliest one. Guys, how do you like my new chair?
I was gonna say Secret Lab.
What is that? What it says? Secret Lab.
It's Assassin's Creed version.
Ooh.
So in PAX, the Seattle convention, I missed the last day. And the last day usually is when all the vendors give out stuff because they don't want to bring anything back to Asia or wherever they're from because, shipping or whatever. So my friends were handing out some of the earphones to some random stalls, and Secret Labs was like, "Oh, thank you so much. Do you guys want a couple chairs?" And these chairs are like $700 US. Like Secret Labs are like gaming chairs, like professional gaming chairs. And so my friend's like, "Sure," but I'm not sure how he brought back two from Seattle. He took the train and he brought back two, and I don't even know how he managed to do that.
He just
So he
puts
gave
him on
me
the
one.
train and sits on him in the train. All right, it's okay.
Yeah,
I brought my own chair.
He's brought two chairs. I think he greased the oh, sorry, it was not a train, it was a bus, the Amtrak bus, but he greased the guy $20 to help him, and like, it's like, "We're just gonna keep this in the back if that's okay with you." And he's like, "Yeah, sure, bring it on." So I got myself a new $700 chair.
Nice. Mine's a MSI one. I couldn't afford the Secret Lab ones.
Oh, boo.
Yeah, I can never afford it, but they were just
It's still the most comfortable chair I've ever been in. I've had it for like 4 years now, and it's still got the same level of like cushion in it that it has. So I'm like,
Does it have good lumbar support?
it's got like a mid-section one here, and then another one lower.
What was that? Oh my God. Lean forward again?
Me?
Move to the side. I want to see the chair.
Mine or Hayden's?
It's got a blanket on it. It's got a
What the hell? Is there a guy sewn in there?
yeah. There's a guy. Come on, Miyagi-Do, get out of the way. There we go. MSI
Oh,
with the
Wow,
dragon
that's-
on it.
That looks pro.
Yeah, I'm just sitting. This is the best way to
Nice.
get into the country, folks.
disguised as a chair.
Guys,
Wait,
It's only
hold on.
failed one time.
as a
Did
gaming
you guys
chair.
see? Yeah, that was the sorry, the last week we are talking about that smuggling thing. The guy.
Yep.
It's a fucking chair.
He's bringing it back.
I'm just thinking of the photo, and it just makes me laugh so hard. It's so bad.
So bad.
This will
bad.
definitely work.
How about Shao? You're taking off again, aren't you?
I'm
what do you-
taking it off in 2 weeks.
Are you going to Japan or are you going to Hong Kong?
I'm going to Hong Kong first, and then to Japan, and then back to Hong Kong, and then back to here.
How's your Japanese?
Yeah. Can you give us a
Mama
give
desu.
us give us something?
Nani? Oh, hi. Boku wa, no, sorry, fuck, I don't know.
You had me. Like, if there was subtitles under there that just said something, I would have bought it. Because
You didn't even
First
give us
little
the.
bit made sense.
You
I
didn't
said,
give us
"What?"
the konnichiwa.
yeah.
はい、こんにち
Domayo
は。こんばんは。私の名前はシャオピン君。
Hello, my name is Shalpin.
Yeah.
はい。
I could tell you speaking Japanese because a lot of the words ended with "oh, ah."
はい。
Speak like an
Yeah.
anime. There was
Yeah.
some dude that I saw was like, I learnt Japanese from watching anime. And
Yeah, a
he's
lot
like,
of people. Yeah, a lot of people.
and then
do.
I went to Japan and they just laughed at me because no one talks like that. Like the
Konnichiwa.
Konnichiwa. I'm
Konnichiwa.
Watanabe.
Yeah, he's saying phrases like, "Oh, my energy is like like talking about his chi and stuff like that." Yeah.
Spirit bomb.
That's a good trip. What's the poitus?
The main purpose is there's a wedding in Okinawa.
Oh, love Okinawa.
Yes, Okinawa is. I never
It's
been. but
very
it's
hokey,
the-
Okinawa.
It's very
Very
hokey. Very hokey. It's like the tropical bit of Japan. It's like beaches and all that
It's
stuff.
where
And there's
karate originated in.
that's also where Karate Kid was based, I think.
Mm.
The original one, I think.
That's where Mr. Miyagi's karate came from.
Yes, yes. So there's that, and you know how Japan is very punctual with a lot of public transportation, like their buses, their just metro system is to this pretty much a second. And there was a news before where they were late like a minute or two, and the government made a public apology for being late because yeah. But Okinawa, because it was previously a U.S. military base, there's a lot of you whiteys kind of took over Okinawa for a little bit, and it's more lax there. And yeah, the buses are just like whatever. They don't really follow a schedule, apparently.
Yeah.
Like Vancouver.
We prefer the
pretty much.
term gentrification.
Oh, right.
We gentrified it. Yes.
Yes, that's correct.
Yeah. We put in a Whole Foods and then Anytime Fitness and
Yeah,
a yoga studio.
that's right. A
Lululemons.
lot of smoothie places opening up.
Yeah.
You,
with protein.
quick question for you guys. Have you guys all taken your wisdom teeth out?
Yes.
A long time ago, I'm guessing, right?
Well, I didn't do it myself. I paid somebody to do it for me professionally. I thought about it, but Kate warned me that I've had a lot of bad ideas, but that one might actually be my worst. So, but I did get them out. Yeah.
To potentially get them out yourself.
I really only needed 2 out because the back 2 on the bottom were like they're coming in, but they're coming in kind of close to the back molars. And so they're worried that it might start to push the teeth, like tighten them, like, and then affect all the way up to the front.
Right.
But then when they're in there, they're like, if we're taking 2 out of the bottom, like it only makes sense to take 2 out of the top. So.
And did you get gassed up, or was it a local anesthetic?
No, man. They put me out.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I went out. I'd never been out before, so that was, by machine, anyways, or gas. But part of me kind of wish they just sort of freeze and dope the hell out of you. Just because I'm like I'm odd like that. Okay, like if I'm getting needles or if I'm getting stitched or I'm having something done to me, I'm watching it, right? The only thing I didn't watch, and I regret it, was getting my vasectomy. I really wanted to turn and watch, but I was like, Justin, if you do this, and for whatever reason, like I'm not faintish, I don't get squeamish, obviously, because I like to watch that stuff. But I was like, if there is a chance that what you see might make you get dizzy or pass out, like you don't want to do that when they have your balls sack open and your tubes pulled out.
That's true. That's a good point.
Because they ask a lot of that. There's like any risk of fainting or blood. Like have you in surgeries or anything before, have you felt faint? Because they're concerned about that.
Sure.
But I kind of wish, that would have been so unique.
Yeah, it's a unique experience. Hayden, were you put under when you got yours out?
I was.
Or back in the day, they probably didn't have that kind of.
No, they just knock
option.
you over the head with a bat and then hope that you don't wake up.
Yeah.
During.
Take your balls out.
Like an ice pick in his.
No, we're talking about teeth now, Justin. Not.
No, Shao was still talking about when you got your balls removed.
Your balls.
Yeah.
Oh, your tubes tied.
That would explain a lot of things. No, that was like the only time I've ever been like gassed out, and I had a weird hallucination while it was happening. But I got all 4 taken out.
Okay.
No.
Don't skip over it.
What
I had a
is
weird
that?
hallucination.
Yeah. I had.
But it was because
Craziest story.
crazy.
But anyways, yeah, they
Anyways.
took it out.
Yeah, so I took it out, and I'll finish that. Okay, so mine, like yours, Justin, they were growing in like this, like towards the roots of the other teeth. So they had to take them out, otherwise they would have just destroyed all the roots of all the other teeth and all the other teeth. But yeah, gassed out. They're like, here's the thing, count down from 10, and you're like, oh fuck yeah, I'm gonna get
What number
to
did you
0.
get to?
I got to
What
7.
number did you get?
7 or 8.
Nice. Nice.
So yeah, I get to 0, 10, 9, 8, out. But the thing that was weird was it was an outer body, inner body experience, if that makes sense. And I'll explain it in that it was like I was looking out of my own mouth at the surgeons cutting the teeth out of my mouth. So it's like my eyeballs were in the back of my throat.
In your throat.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, that's so cool.
That's really cool.
That's
And
so cool.
because I'm getting that done too, and then so in November, and I'm because my dad has to pick me up because you're not allowed to drive, obviously, or walk home. I'm just nervous I'm gonna say something stupid and inappropriate to my dad. You know, I see
So
all these
I was
videos
Just
on
just make sure
TikTok
that he's
and
filming it when
Instagram.
you're.
I know.
So I
that's the
was
thing.
warned, not warned, but I was having a talk with the nurse before I went out, and she said, like, it's pretty funny, and like people when they wake up, because sometimes like the things they say, and she was talking about the difference between guys and girls generally when they wake up, and guys can tend to be a bit more crude
Yes.
and that sort of thing. So I was like, okay, but I did not have that experience. It's weird. Like when I was waking up, you just kind of I just remember my first thought is like, holy fuck, like my throat is so dry. And then like you kind of like, and then I just kind of woke up and I was like, hey, like, and there was nothing. It was just like, I was just like, all right, like, is it time to go?
Yeah.
But then I think it was funny because you see other people and it's like they know exactly when they're waking up. There must be like signs your body does, because it's like they pull the tube, because you have a breathing tube in, and they pull the tube. And like I saw it happen to people by me. So it's like, oh, like, was I feel it? Is that what I felt? Like, is that my, as I was waking up, like, because I noticed something. But like I didn't think like, oh, there's something in my throat. I just was like, oh, I got a dry throat. So I don't know if you need to worry about that, I guess is what I'm getting at. Like,
Right.
I didn't have that. Of course, you see the videos, but usually that is if you're drugged. Are you getting drugged or are you going out?
I'm going out.
Yeah, so you
Like a
should be
laughing
fine.
gas?
I think it's
Yeah,
more
yeah.
when, I don't even know if it's laughing gas, but like you can do it while you're awake. Because my buddy Ross,
Yes.
shout out, he got it done when he's awake, and they freeze and they drug you, so you're high, right? So I think a lot of those is like people are waking up and they're also high.
Right. Okay. Okay. Well,
Like Hayden, did you just wake up or?
I did. The only thing I remember afterwards was just that everything was like numb. So they gave me like a juice box because my throat, was super dry, and I couldn't stop drinking it because I had no muscle control. So it was literally like I started, and then I had to keep going.
was it like dribbling down your face?
Yeah, so I was like,
That's where the drooling started. He never quite healed from that.
Yeah, I just couldn't. I just had to keep going. I was like, I've never drunk a whole juice box in one hit before, and now I'm like, I don't know, I'm gonna drown myself.
Your drinking muscles are just stuck in go.
Yeah.
The juice box is done. He's just doing that slurping
Still
sound.
going.
Taking away. He's just.
I can't stop.
Before we go into our main topic of the day, I just want to throw out a random fact that I learned that I thought was kind of cool. Is that back in I think the Viking days, when warriors got wounded in their stomach area, sometimes the doctors back then don't know if it's a serious wound or like a fatal wound or whatever. They would feed the Vikings this really potent, like onion soup, and then they would let them drink it, and then the doctor, after like a few minutes or an hour or whatever it is, they would smell their stomach area, and if they can smell the onions or whatever, that means there's a big massive wound and leak. That's like they're done. But if they don't smell it, then they're like, okay, then it's potentially curable. Isn't that wild? Like back then, it's like that's how they. I mean, it works, I guess. I mean, you'll see.
It's
okay. Yeah, we smell it. So
it seems so silly now, but honestly, this is what I love about our species.
Yeah.
Like there's this curiosity about us, and it's like they don't know. There was a show that came out with Jude Law, wasn't it? And that was where they are first learning about surgeries and stuff, and they like do open ones like in front of like a room of like doctors, and they're all sitting kind of up in, I don't know, almost like pews, and he's like doing surgeries or
Oh, I
opening
think I know what you're
people up,
talking.
and they're kind of,
Right.
anyways. But it's like there's that curiosity, right? And so what's interesting is it seems so, I don't know, silly to us, old school, but like before that it was nothing, right? It
Yes.
was like, okay, well,
Yes.
how, what can we do? What can we do? Well, fuck, when my wife makes me this onion soup, like, you know, my breath smells like it for 3 weeks. Well, what if we give them some of that and maybe we will, you know what I mean? Like there
Yeah.
had
Yeah.
to be
Yeah. Yeah.
like you just try different. What I'm curious is like, what are the things that they've tried that we
Like
don't ever know about?
yeah, the
You
ones
know?
that didn't work. There's definitely
Yeah.
hundreds and thousands of ideas that they thought was a good idea,
Yeah.
but never mounted to anything. I think back then also the Venetians they had those long masks,
Yeah.
like
For the plague.
yeah, that those were like the witch doctors, and they would those that nose cone thing. They would stuff a lot of herbs in there, so it would smell good while they're operating, and so because they thought the plague was very obviously very contagious stuff like that. So we wear those goggles and those long cone masks,
Mm.
stuff a bunch of good smelling herbs in there that to like ward off the viruses or the plague or whatever. And so they believe that that worked, but obviously, maybe it worked a little bit, but didn't really do that much.
It's like a history class today, man.
Yeah, I don't know
Speaking of
why it
history,
turned.
Hayden.
Yeah.
He's. I thought I was gonna segue there.
I thought that was a
Curveball.
Sieg. I thought it
Yeah,
was Sieg.
it was. I was like,
It could have
no,
been a very
because
good
Hayden's
siege.
doing his broads and barbs and
Bawdiness.
your book.
My book? Is there a question there?
I'm throwing it to you to no, like I'm throwing you the ball.
You're like, because you're
Up and
doing
run in a
your
different direction.
thing, and
No,
I'm like,
your class, your school. You're doing like fucking history in school, aren't you?
it's, I guess it's technically history, but it's a literature class, so it's not.
Oh, boring. Yeah, let's move on to the topic. Okay, so
It's about the books that came out in certain time periods, not about the certain time periods. I mean, there is a little bit of history in there, but it's not a history class.
right, it's more about literary. Yeah. Oh God. I'm sorry, everybody listening.
Let's cut this part out.
Yeah, we like
Let's get-
just hack it.
Speaking of history,
Just-
something happened in 2015. The U.S. military was in Iran
Yeah.
training ISF soldiers to fight back against ISIS, and they wrote a good show about it, didn't they?
They
Justin?
did. I think nice. Very good. Yes, they did. And before we get to that though, I want to tell everybody to stick around to the end because we kind of flirted with it last episode, I believe. About some giveaways that we're gonna have coming up from the PAX a thon that Shao was in Seattle for gaming. He came back with some pretty fucking cool shit, and he really wants to share it with some of you, our listeners. So we're gonna get more into that at the end. But yes, there's a show we started watching called I've been calling it Dark Wolf, but I guess the full name is Terminalist Dark Wolf. It is season 2. There was a Terminalist that came out starring Chris Pratt, but this is actually a prequel and takes place a few years before that. So I flat out said like it's not necessary to watch the first one to watch this one to the boys. I did look it up after because I saw something when I was trying to recap what we've watched so far because we watched the first 3 episodes. It's out on Prime. It's really good. And then this thing came up said episodes 1 to 3 Dark Wolf recap must have watched the Terminal List first. I was like, uh-oh. Like, but I don't know if that's because in their recap they're going to talk about stuff that happened in the first one. But anyways, yes, it is a show that takes place in Navy SEALs, and they're fighting terrorism, and a couple of them end up getting dishonorably discharged, but that did not stop the CIA from approaching them and reaching out. and basically giving them the means to finish their goal of killing and capturing this terrorist and ending this cell. So it's high stakes, high energy, high action, good espionage stuff. It's not just like Navy SEALs at war. It's about investigating and going undercover and following people. It's got all of it. So I know my feelings about the first few episodes, but I want to open it up to you guys and see what you thought, because I was the one who brought it up. So hopefully it wasn't a miss. Initial thoughts, Hayden?
Well, I'm gonna hand it to Shao, because for once I actually watched it before he did. He only finished it today, so he should have the most freshest opinion. I mean, I can go, but do you want me to go, or do you need a little bit more time, Shao?
Well, you know what? You came in confident, and then you kind of moved back onto the fence. So
I was not moving off and on the fence. I just know that you
No, you were
guys-
over
His
the
legs were
fence.
swinging on the fence. He was
You were
about to, like,
over the
jump
fence,
off.
and you're like, you take it. This is the reason. Bam. But then your leg came up, and you're like, but maybe if you want me to. And then the leg went over, and you started riding it. And you
Now he's
said,
straddling
"I
the
can
fence with
keep
both
it."
legs just like
Yeah,
dangling. on
having
the
a
side.
good time. Having a
Actually,
good time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fine. I'll go.
No, I'll go. I'm ready to go now.
Okay, go then. Fuck. Jesus.
No. All right. First off, I had no idea, no clue about the show, because I did say that it was like the first preview that showed up after Butterfly, and I watched it, but it was a very good trailer, I guess, in terms of that it didn't show what the show would go into. So I went into the first episode, and it was very heavily like military based. And I was like, oh, okay, this is going to be a full series based around the military, which I've never watched a show like that. I used to like watching military movies, and then I kind of
Did you never watch Band of Brothers?
No, I never had. That was a cable show, so I never got the chance to watch it.
Um,
And I would have loved to, because Spielberg heavily involved in that. So, but never watched that. But it was always like, Black
Saving
Hawk
Ryan's Private.
Down. Yep,
Yep.
that's the adult version. Well,
Anyways, digress.
digress. I liked watching those war films. So watching the first episode, I was like, oh, sick. It's going to be, how are they going to do this? They're on this military base in Iran, and how's the whole series going to be set around this? But then, of course, by the end of the first episode, we see what happens, and we see where the characters go, and what happens next. So I was like, oh, wait, it's going to go back into the civilian world after this. This is interesting, like, very interesting. I didn't realize it was the CIA. I might have missed that. I just thought it was some random other agency. I didn't even realize it was government based, because I know that he did mention the guy that, like, their boss of the two soldiers that get discharged. Well, they haven't even officially been discharged, have they? They just got stripped of their wings, and they said if they work for the organization, they'll get a chance to be discharged. Something like that. I don't know. But I was just assumed there was just some other government organization like Caddis from Butterfly, someone that works within the system but isn't the government system, because the guys that they pissed off were CIA. So why would the CIA then give them a job after the fact?
Yes, I thought,
Or
and
at
maybe
least-
I'm mistaken, because I
don't
watched
know.
it probably the furthest. Probably should know my facts, but I thought that he
It's
was a
very
part
plausible.
of the CIA.
It's
No, I
very
thought-
plausible
yeah,
that that's
anyway.
what it is. I mean, the CIA isn't just one organization. It's got
Yeah.
multiple facets. So it very well may be that. And I was watching it tired again, so there might be bits of information that I missed along the way. But I did enjoy the fact that it went from one type of straight up military, and it set up the brotherhood thing very well.
Oh yeah.
And then it moved to another one, and then I was kind of like, so these two guys is obviously the boss, what is his name, Taylor Kitsch?
Chief?
Kirsch? Our
Chief.
main guy.
Yeah, Chief.
Is he a
Gambit.
colonel? What is his rank?
No, they call him Chief.
They call
Chief,
him Chief.
that's fine. and his lieutenant guy, the Englishman who's actually
LT.
South African. He's playing a South African very well. And I was like, how is he in the U.S. Army? But then I was like, you know what? Maybe he's got one parent is, or both parents are U.S. and he was stationed out of Africa, because they mentioned that in the first 3 episodes that he did spend time in Africa, and that's probably where I got the accent. I did like their dynamic because they were like bros, and then when Chief confronted his boss about the fact that they're not going after Al Jaburi because he was a CIA informant, and then he was like, why didn't you have my back in there? And I was like, oh, tension. But then he was like, I'll take it, I'll take the hit, and I'll lose my wings as well. And then I will say this, they kind of made a big point of it. He's like, I need to know that you know when to hit the brakes so that you don't, spoiler alert folks, you don't go and execute someone because you're pissed off at what they've done.
Well, you know what? Fuck the bricks.
Yeah.
So this is one thing that I actually really liked about this show is that, and this is like, they're not afraid to. I was happy when spoilers, people. I was happy when he killed the guy.
Mm-hmm.
I was happy when he killed the guy. I was happy, and I was talking about the last episode, but I don't want to say it. I was happy when he got in the room and like there was no big conversation, and he just like shot the guy like 6 times in the chest, just killed him. They're there, they have an objective, and that's it.
Yeah.
There's no like, oh, you're the villain and I'm the good guy, and there's gonna be this big epic monologue about why I do this and why. It's like, no, man, we're at war. You're trying to fucking kill my people. I'm gonna kill your people, or I'm gonna, I'll kill you. Like I didn't think. Actually, I'm gonna throw it to Shao first or next, to hear his thoughts, before I get into some other stuff. So Shao, first, kind of like your first thoughts, or I guess what you liked about it, and maybe what was the biggest surprise for you, or something that you didn't see coming in the first 3 episodes?
Well, to start off, I'm not usually one for kind of war movies. It's not that I don't like them, it's just I don't. I won't usually pick to watch more war movies. Right. There are a few that I remember really liking. It just I think it was the Bradley Cooper one where he's a sniper. Does he play
American
the sniper?
Yeah,
that one I thought was pretty good. There's another I don't remember the name. Like, for example, this might ruffle some feathers, but I didn't really care for Dunkirk very like that much. But a lot of people said it was like one of the best war movies and stuff like that. But I was pleasantly surprised by I call it Dark Wolf 2, Terminal List. I do really like the fact that they go into the civilian world too. So after the first episode, when they even though the first episode was great already, but I was getting more and more invested in it. You know what I mean? After the second episode, nice. And after the third episode, I'm like, I have to watch the fourth one now. You know what I mean? I am loving it so far. I love the brotherhood. It's not, and it's also, I don't feel it's a super like USA, that kind of, you know what I mean? Like, it's not overly patriotic, but obviously there's some moments in there and like the music and all that stuff like that. But there's some just little things, their missions, a lot of it was I don't know. I'm just so fascinated with how they break it down in terms of the communication, the planning of how they execute things, how they work together. Like Hayden touched on, I love the relationship between Chief and LT. I think the third episode beginning, they were training together, you know what I mean? And little mini bro competitions that they have with the training. Casting is fantastic. I love... they have arguably the best Hemsworth brother in it. I thought he was dead. I thought he was dead after the first episode.
Yeah, so did I.
He was outside the building where he got bombed.
Yeah.
So far everything is great. I mean, I might have to go back to watch the first one after, because I think Chris Pratt is I mean, the scenes that he's in is he's pretty cool, pretty good.
He's in it.
Um, yeah. So far he's quite fun to watch, and all few of the main guys is really fun. I really like Mo, what is
Mm,
it, the big
yeah.
Mo I call him.
I feel like he's gonna be one of my favorites.
Yeah, yeah. And one of the scenes that keep popping up to me is like, what would I do in the scene at the club? Uh,
Oh, I love that scene
so
with the girl.
there's a
Oh,
scene, yes, with the one of
oh,
the girl, what do you call it? Not informant, but just one of the
undercover. Yeah,
undercover.
yeah.
She poses as a server, and the plan was to sedate the target by drugging him, but he's very cautious and pretty much is like, I don't want to drink anything. You've asked me twice, so why don't you drink it? And that drink has already
God.
been spiked. And was thinking that in that situation, I'm like, what I would do, because it hits so fast, right? She drinks it,
And
and
like
like
the
10
acting was
steps later,
incredible.
yeah, that 10 steps later, she's already kind of like, oh fuck, and just like kind of stumbling and knocking things over, and Gambit or Chief just catches her, you know what I mean, just
Yeah.
whatever. And so I love how things can go wrong and how they fix it and all that stuff.
Mm,
Um and I really like that second part of that scene where they're chasing two guys, right? There's two guys that they were chasing.
yeah.
One is the main target, and one is someone who got shot in on the leg. And Chief was going after him. And you remember that place at that time where there's two stories, and that guy was hiding in the corner by the stairs, and just something simple like flipping the switch and seeing the shadow
Yeah.
and
The tactics. Yeah.
yeah,
Like
the tact. I
just
love. It's such a simple little thing. And then what I laughed at is I think he was already dead, but he shot him one more time after. You guys catch that? And he's like, "Oh shit, three more rounds." I'm like, "Well, you could have maybe not."
could have had
That's
four.
probably a training thing. It's like you'll what is it?
Probably.
Two
I don't.
chest, one in the head. So he got his chest ones in, and then you absolutely
Probably.
kill shot
Probably.
to the head.
Yeah. So
I'm
I just thought that that was a little bit funny. But yeah, so far overall, I'm loving it. Definitely will you'll be very invested in the last few episodes.
for sure. I'm really happy you brought up that drinking scene because that was such a high stakes moment. And as an audience, like I felt like I remember when we talked about War of the Worlds, it was like they never like I never felt tension. Holy cow, did I feel tension in that scene? Because
I
you're
like how you're
right.
comparing this to War of the Worlds.
No, but you know what I mean.
But that's
Like,
what I
know,
mean, because
yeah, yeah.
War of the Worlds was
Yeah, I
always
I shouldn't.
it was
It's
always
like
up here.
Yeah, it was complete opposite because and it was so well played because she offers it and he was so cash about it.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I think that's what he said. He's like, that's twice you've offered me a drink now. Like, you drink it. And then even the guy that was sort of like the one meeting with the main guy was
Yeah.
on the girl's side, like, no, what are you doing, man? Like, that's silly.
Yeah, like
It's
relax,
like,
relax.
no, that
you know.
he's like, I didn't survive this long by not being cautious. Drink it.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
I was
yeah.
like, holy fuck. I was like, she has to drink it. I was like, she has to drink it. What's she gonna do? And then even like to top it off, they finish the conversation. She says her piece, slams it, and then she doesn't slam it and then just walk away right away. She slams it, looks at him, gives him a little with her face, takes a beat, and then walks away, knowing,
Yeah.
and she knows she's like, okay, I have this much time, and she's just trying her best to stand up straight. And then as she gets further, you can just see her body wanting to give out, right? And she's just like, you could see her fighting out, and like you say, it was just like for me, I was like, oh my god, that was like that was such good TV, like such
Yeah.
good
I
acting,
enjoyed that a
such
lot.
good directing, all of it. It was just like, and that's what I find about the show is like it has moments like that, even though it's already a high stakes show. Even in a high stakes show, they're able to find these pockets of like where you kind of start to feel a little bit uncomfortable as the audience,
Mm-hmm.
you know.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a few more in this. So Hayden, is there any scene you can think of that where you felt like, oh my god, like, you know, where you as the audience kind of figures it out or sees where it's potentially going to go before, like, as it's happening, and you're feeling like uneasy about it.
The scene where Mo does the transaction with the nuclear scientist guy, the whole after of that, I didn't know exactly where it was going to go, because normally a scene like that'll be, it'll stop when the tension peaks, when they're like, he's only got a few seconds to make the transaction, but he's getting closed in by 6 guys on 3 different directions, like, and then when it went bing, see you later, thanks for the transaction, that would be normally where a film would end a scene like that. But then it went up again. So he got the transaction, got out of there, and then he's like, yep, there's people on the south, the east, the west,
Surrounded,
going this way. And then Chief was like, Overwatch is stepping away, which funnily enough made me go, oh, is that what that game is about? Because I've never played Overwatch, and I was like, is that about watching from above as part of a tactical team? Like,
It is. You're like the sniper, right?
yeah. And I never even knew
Camper.
that.
Camper. You
So
need
that
it, man.
there,
Just
and then it
all
was
eyes.
like, he came down, and in every which direction, he's like, I'm getting cornered, and then he goes into the shop, and he just grabs a hammer or whatever he does, and just
Oh yeah.
takes the 2 of them out as quick as he can, gets out on the street, and he's still like not safe yet. Then
Did any of you guys think for a second that he was gonna die? I had that. I'm like, please don't kill him. Please don't kill him.
Yeah.
You know, like shows these days are very like he'll make you like a character and feel for him and cheer for him, but then they might off him now. Like a lot of shows are okay with that now. You know what I mean? But I was definitely thinking, please, 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 like not yet, not yet.
Yeah.
They
I was
offed the other
waiting the
guy,
whole
but-
time. Yeah, which I didn't see coming. I was like, he was kind of there, and then I felt like their new boss, took it a little too much to heart. I was like, wait up, is there something more here? And he's like, kill that motherfucker or whatever. Maybe it was just that he killed one of their team. But I was like, he seems a little bit overly emotional at that death. Is there something more to that? Who knows? Well, I guess we'll find out. But they did that very briefly. It was just off camera. We hear a little bit of radio static, and then that's it. So,
Yeah.
And then old brother Hemsworth comes in and scoops him up, and then that was sort of one end of it, and then it changes to the Chief, and LT tracking that lone guy on foot. So it was good. It was like what we've talked about, like the peaks and valleys of tension. Goes up and down and up even higher and down, and then he gets away, and then on to the next one. I really enjoyed that, and then the scene on the train at the end where he's like, can you switch all the CCTV footage off? I was like, oh shit.
Ah, yes.
And then the way that
Yeah, that
ended.
was.
I thought, again, they did really good, because you see the young girl across from him, and I'm like, oh shit, is he going to have like a flashback of the young girl that he helped, like, that he saved in Iran? And is he not going to do anything because he doesn't want to have her get hurt? But
Scar her.
yeah, but he doesn't. He just is like, which I also thought was kind of good, was because it's like, okay, the guy's got a knife. Is they gonna have a long hand-to-hand fight in this train? But then he was like, nah, just boom, 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 boom.
So you
Out
got
of
guns. The guns exist, people. If you're, out to do a job, an assassin, or get people, like, don't bring a knife.
I did
Bring a
find
gun.
that scene interesting, though, because they had come from such a strict code of conduct of warfare to being in the civilian world, working under different rules. I know that it was still rules of engagement. The guy already had a weapon out, and they knew that he was a bad dude, so maybe that's what makes it okay. But I thought he had no hesitation pulling the gun on this guy
No
to
breaks.
kill him. So I don't know if that's just how it worked, or if he's already completely changed his way of operating as a soldier. But
I think he's gonna go through some changes. It's funny because when you talk about that scene where they meet up, Chief and LT, to get the last bad guy, and they're like, how many bullets you got? I got 3 bullets. He's like, I got 1. Okay, I'll give cover fire and you move. You know what I mean? Like, they're so tactical. There's no waiting around. What do we do? They know what they're gonna do. But right before that, when it was just Chief knew where he was and hunting him, and he's by himself, I didn't have that moment of Shao where I thought he was gonna die. I certainly wasn't there thinking, oh, he's gonna live. I was like, oh shit, what's gonna happen? Like, but I didn't necessarily have that thought of he's gonna die. Um, but when Chief was hunting that guy and LT was coming to help him, and I think he said to him like, I'm coming from the east or I'm coming from the south or whatever. But
Right.
then Chief's there, he goes down an alley and he's trying to find the guy, and there's so much noise, he like pulls his earpiece out and now he can't hear communications, right? But his senses, he's alert, he knows. And then when LT was coming up, I was like, oh my God, is he gonna turn and like
I had that
accidentally
too.
shoot him?
I had that too.
Like,
Yeah.
no, like please don't do that. And they didn't. Ultimately, like when LT got close, Chief, he already knew he was there. And I was like, oh, I love that they did that. They didn't try and do something cheesy, like he turns and shoots him. And it was like, no, this guy is a professional. He's trained. He's one of the best, if not the best at what he does. Like, of course he's gonna hear him. Of course he remembers that. Of course he's aware of everything that's going on around. So it's funny. I did have that moment, and it was one of those like, oh God, like please tell me you're not gonna do this.
Yeah. Totally.
And then when they didn't, I was like, okay, okay, okay. But like, so, but they're like, but I had that feeling of like, oh shit, like, is he gonna kill him or is he gonna shoot him? Um, uh, what's it say? He is he the one that had the like the nightmare in the vehicle?
Yes.
Mo as well, yeah.
Yep.
So Mo, I really like, and I feel like in the show they're doing a really good job of developing everybody's sort of character and their arc. And Mo just is like this gritty guy, and Shao, like that scene at the cafe where he's meeting him, there was never an ounce of panic, right? It was just like calm, cool, collected. This is the mission. I see they're getting closer. I just got to wait till this transaction's done. It's done. I'm up. I'm moving. Here's where I am. This is where I'm going. This is where I see people talk to me. You know what I mean? Like it's like I love that they know what they're doing. But there's that scene where he's driving with the girl in the SUV, and he has a nightmare, and he wakes up, and they have this open conversation about it. And again, like we saw this in Butterfly, right? When um the daughter and Gunn, oh, I forget her name now. Um, anyways, she's like, "Do you dream about them?" And he's like, "No, I," or whatever. And we were talking about that, like the psychological part of like having to kill people for a living.
Mm.
I don't know, like this one, it hit me more because I think a lot of like what was said and what happened after, because I forget exactly how the conversation went. He said something about having these nightmares or whatever, and then the girl goes, my grandma said that nightmares are just memories that we haven't made friends with yet. And I was like, ooh, that's kind of deep. And then when he had that moment, um, later in the episode, and he had to kill the daughter because no witnesses, right? And so he had to finish her, and he's got her in the room, and they show the gunshot, or you hear the gunshot, but you don't see if he shoots her or not. But I don't know how you guys thought, because spoiler, he didn't shoot her, people. And he was approached by that same woman later about how, because she had picked her up on the CC cameras, so she knew that Mo didn't kill her, even though Mo was supposed to. But in that moment, and it's funny because when this happens in TV or movies, I always go, oh, he didn't kill her. Like, they would have showed it, or like they just never do. But in this one, I thought he did. I honestly thought he did, because for some reason, like I reflected back on that conversation, and he is obviously having nightmares about probably all the people that he's killed in his life. And then for me, I thought that was like a moment of him accepting it. Like, I'm like, this is what I do, like making friends with it. But he obviously made is trying to make friends with it a different way. And so I don't know how you guys felt in that moment, but I thought that was like a coming of peace moment for him of accepting that this is who he is.
Mm. Yeah.
Did you guys think that he killed her?
I was on the fence to think of it because he had that previous dream, but he was also there when Chief executed the other guy, and he was like, and he was the one that said he executed him. So maybe he's done that himself in his life. Maybe that's why he said that, and maybe that's why he has those same sort of dreams, and maybe that's why he couldn't do it when he was face to face with the girl. But he was having a PTSD moment when he was holding that gun to her, and then the gunshot, and I was like, it was either going to be one or two things. He either deliberately missed or he shot her when he snapped out of it, you know? Just like, oh shit, boom. So it was like, oh damn, like, did he not? Like,
Yeah,
was it
his
a
character
plot?
is very interesting for me because you can really see that he's starting to struggle. He believes he believes in what he's doing. Like I get that impression from him. He believes what he's doing is the right thing, but you can see these start to like human struggles that have just been weighing on him of what is being asked and required of him to actually do, quote unquote, the right thing.
Now, I'm assuming that won't come back to haunt him.
I don't
Right?
think that will. I feel
I
like,
don't think it will either.
but you know, it's TV, so it's a
I
dramatic
was
thing.
gonna
But
say that
I really hope they don't though, like, because
Same.
they've already
that's the
done it.
cliche, right? That's the cliche, and I
Yeah.
feel like they've avoided kind of. I mean, obviously there's cliche moments and everything, but like I feel like they've kind of avoided the classic. Like I've been finding it hard to predict.
Yes. And they mentioned that she's not a threat, I think 2 or 3 times too, prior to that. Right.
Yep.
So I really hope that it's done and over just to show, you know, Mo's sort of mindset and his, beliefs and morality and all that stuff like that. So that was a nice little look at how he views things. So I hope that's just that. Um,
And if she comes back, maybe she comes back in a helpful way as a
I
friend. You know what I
if
mean? Because
if that's
he
the
let her live.
I would have liked that. I would like that if she does come back. I would like
Yeah.
that. I wouldn't mind that rather. I should say. So yeah, there's that as well. I know I watched this today.
Oh no.
Can you remind me how this episode ended? Anyone?
Episode 3. You know,
Yes.
I secretly I hate you right now for asking this because I wanted to ask the same thing because I forget how episode 3 ended.
Episode 3 ends with the train. So he shoots the guy on the train, gets
Okay.
out, and they're like, there's no one saying your description on witness accounts. You're free.
Right.
And then it pans off into the city as Chief's walking through that big courtyard.
Okay.
So that is the final.
Because it was like, since the transaction, it was like up and down, up and down, up and down. And even LT was like, do not get on that train until I'm there. Do not get. And then he's like right there at the doors. I was like, ah, shit.
Yeah. He had to.
I really liked I really liked episode 1, the moment, the scene where Chief confronts his superiors, and then he finds out like you guys are protecting him. That scene where he loses
I didn't see that coming.
and and LT's like back down, or was LT was telling him to like back off a little bit, that kind of thing, and he just went like fucking ream them out and all that stuff. Oh man, I love that scene. It was such a intense intense scene. Well, good
Just
acting
doing-
and all around.
Doing and saying the right thing in the moment. Like it might hurt you professionally in what you're doing, and you're not supposed to. You're a soldier. That's your superior. There's no questions asked. It's you take orders. But it
Yeah.
was like he stood up for what he believed was the right thing.
There's one small thing like I'm nitpicking now, but I always love these scenes in movies or shows where in clubs and they talk
Oh,
like this volume. You know what I mean?
yeah.
The music's supposed to be blaring a lot of stuff, and they're like side by side. They're like, "So what's next?" Where in
Oh, yeah.
reality, you should be
Yeah.
like, you know, "What's next? What do we do
Yeah.
now?" That kind of thing.
What? What?
Yeah,
But do they
that's
have earpieces in? So
they
maybe.
have. I think they do have earpieces because they're talking to
Yeah.
I don't remember their boss's name,
Yeah.
who's also with the tech. I don't know. The names in these I keep forgetting right now. Like I said, I
Yeah.
only know Chief and LT and Mo.
Let's just talk about them. Yeah. And Mo.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So,
The eyes
but
in
yeah,
the
like I
sky
said,
girl, the Oracle girl. You know, she's like,
yeah, yeah. I'm the Sky Girl, the drugged girl.
Yeah.
That's pretty
Um,
much how I meant.
Hey, and I'm gonna throw it to you after. I'm gonna give you because I'm gonna give you time to think about it. But if there's one thing that you thought maybe they could do better, or one, a direction maybe you're not that happy they're going with, or like a nitpick thing, like Shao said, it doesn't have to be big, but because there was one thing that annoyed me, and it was in the first episode, and it was when they were doing the exchange, and then the hostages, like not all, like they were swapping, the terrorist for all the hostages, and I don't know, was it 20 of them or something like that? And it's like on this bridge, and the terrorist
Uh,
gets released, and they're releasing the hostages, and they're all coming back. But then there's like a group of 8 of them that kind of like stop, and they don't want to go, and they're like, "Oh, like they stopped, and you got to get them. They're gonna shoot them." And I was like, "Holy fuck!" Like, guys, I was like, they must have bombs on them, because why else would they not want to go? Like, to me, that was something that I thought seemed very obvious,
mm,
and that um as kind of like it was a very predictable moment, right? And it just seemed like these people were smarter than that. With all the other stuff like we've talked about, it's like,
right.
okay, they're not coming for a reason. Let's fall back. Like, something's going on here. Something's not right. You know, we got to reassess the situation. Like, make them take their robes off. Like, oh, you don't want to come? Okay, like back up. Take your robes off if you're gonna come. And if the terrorists are gonna shoot him, then you shoot the terrorists anyways. Like, to me, it just seemed like a risk that didn't seem to make sense. Like they were taking,
Right. They should
even
have
if you
better
think,
protocol.
yeah, like you think if
Like
they had a
high
bomb on them,
tension. Yeah.
if they did have a bomb on them, like now they're at you. Like, what are you gonna do? Like, what do you think you're gonna do? So it was like almost like they didn't have that thought. And to me, I was like, no, you should probably, like, there's signs there that something's going on.
Right.
Anyways, that was my one sort of. We didn't even talk about. Hey, and I'll give you a little bit more time. The chief's like main guy, translator. He, when he blew himself up in
Oh, the leg, the amputee.
the amputee, and he blew himself up in the like the chow hall or whatever. And I thought, oh man, really him? No, like I liked him. Why? And then you kind of find out why, and he felt like he didn't have a choice. But I love how and Shao, this goes to like the details that they go into, and like I don't know, and I guess again talking about how smart they are, because Chief goes, look, he he picked like the slowest time of the day. He was in the farthest corner all by himself. Like he knew he had to do it, but he took every step and precaution he could to make sure he limited the actual amount of casualties that he got, because the terrorists forced him to do this, right? He didn't go in the busiest and go in the middle and then do it. And you could see even in that scene, like the tension, you could see he didn't want to do it, right?
Yes.
So I just wanted to bring that up because that was a big, powerful moment in the show for me.
Yeah.
And then because I was like, no, like, because at first in the scene watching it, I was like, oh, he's struggling but at the end of the day, he's still got to do it. And it would be hard to do something like that, like to
Totally.
blow yourself up. But then when the information comes out after of him being forced to do it because they had his family, and then like them finding out he did it the way he did, like I just said, by himself in a corner, kind of trying to limit people. You're like, so it just adds those. I don't know. There's so many layers to the show that.
I'm glad you brought that. Sorry, Hayden.
Yeah,
You guys are good.
forget.
He's
Go,
still
go.
gonna have nothing. No,
Yeah.
I probably won't have
And
nothing.
we're out of
Nitpick.
time.
Perfect show. Perfect show.
yeah.
No, because I thought that if I was in that situation, so the bomb is in the leg, correct? I just thought in that situation, is there someone there that's watching him do it, to making sure that he does it, kind of
No,
thing?
you'd hear about it, right?
Yeah, so the thing for me was, if I was him, would I tell them and blow it up anyway? You know what I mean? Like I could tell
Oh.
them, hey guys, like I have to, like this is what's happening. I have to blow it up, so they will think that I did it. But you know what I mean? Like I was thinking
Yeah,
things
and
like
then
that.
actually-
Like, maybe I missed something, but like, could he not have been, guys, everyone evacuate? I have a bomb here. I have to blow it up. And they just hide somewhere, and then they blow it up. And so the terrorists will think, okay, something blew up, so he did
Yeah.
his job, that kind of thing.
That's a
I
good
mean,
point.
obviously it's like a cheap way out and like a coward's way out, so to speak.
Yeah.
But that's what I was thinking too. I was just like, did he have to die like that? And maybe
It's a very good point. I never thought of that. And now that's completely ruined that moment and show for me. So thanks, Shao. Add that onto my things that I don't like about the show. Thanks very much.
Well, you just have to
What
look
an
at it this
asshole.
way. So he had the choice of either his family dies or he dies. And they made a point later, like that's why they were going to burn Al Jaburi without killing him, and then they ended up killing him anyway. They're like, if we capture him and then he gets let out again, ISIS is going to know that he is working for the US, so they'll take care of him for him.
Yep.
So there's probably the same thing there. He's like, okay, my wife and kids, leave them alive. The wife, I'm assuming, gets killed anyway. I think they make a point of that. And the kids they don't know
Yeah.
about, they get rescued. Folks that are listening, they're safe.
Yes. Oh, I was so happy. That was such a beautiful moment.
So he goes in there. So there's probably something like that, Justin, to put it back on a good
Yeah.
scene
Okay.
point for
Thank
you.
God. Thank you, Hayden.
So he would, if he had survived, there would have been a way for someone to have gotten word back that he didn't actually kill himself. He just blew his leg up. So they go for a minute. Then they would probably kill his kids. Anyway. It would have been. I mean, it's easy for us as viewers to think like that. But if you personally had a terrorist organization leader come to your family and go, you have to take this into that military base, or your wife and kids are dead.
Mhm.
You're not gonna
Yeah.
be able to think straight and go, if I do this, if I
Yeah,
take my
that
leg
was
off
the-
and just put it in the middle of
Yeah.
the dirt and then walk away and be like, everyone stand back, it's gonna be a big fireworks right now.
That scene where he got the daughter. That was the scene I was alluding to in the last episode when we were saying, because that was the scene where he just killed the guy like flat out. Right? Like
You
as soon
can't
as
kill
he
me, I work for the
realized-
CIA, I work for the CIA. Poof.
Yeah. Bang, 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 bang. Yeah.
It's good because
Anyways, do
he
you
picked
have
that
a
out.
Do you have
He
a
picked,
nitpick?
Me?
Yeah.
No,
Perfect show.
perfect show so far. Just things that I picked up that I don't know about as a civilian at how it works. And you guys talking about the bridge scene made me remember one where when they first get into the gun battle and you've got, we need to get the 50 cal up there, which is funny. The guy's like sitting there behind a little shield just going poof, 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 poof. And then he gets killed. And then LT jumps in there and then just goes to town. I'm like, why wasn't the other guy shooting like that?
Yeah.
But it did things that I like about that scene real quickly is that they don't just spray shoot like we think, like how we play video games. We just go and shoot all our ammo.
Okay, speak for yourself, bruh.
No, okay.
We're professionals. What are you talking about?
Side story here, right? I played paintball. I've only ever played it once, and I was playing with a bunch of my buddies. Joined the military when I went away to uni, and I went off and did cop stuff and whatnot. But they weren't soldiers. Some of them were soldiers, but some of them were just like intelligence people, but they all do basic training. So they all know how to fire a weapon. They all know how to, all of that stuff. I played paintball with these military guys versing, I think there were other cadets, so they weren't quite fully trained yet. And of course it's paintball, so everyone's just like, bang, like finger rolling and just like, but I'm there with my police training going, okay, I've only got this many bullets, and I'm there just literally just poof, 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 like taking my time, taking my shots. I only used one canister of paintballs on that entire session, where other guys were like, I went through like 6 canisters and da 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 da. And they're like, how did you use so few? And I was like, well, this is how I've been trained to use a firearm. So, and you guys are military guys. You should have had the same training, if not better training. So
Hayden was more into like talking them out of shooting.
Yeah.
Like
Hayden was just
come
cheap. He
out
didn't want to pay for
now.
more balls.
Yeah, that's another reason. I couldn't afford more
everyone
paintballs.
put your guns down. Let's talk it out.
Yeah,
And then I shoot them anyway. Bang. Ha. Give me the points. So that scene, I liked that part where they were literally just, every part of it was just like, they weren't just spraying bullets. They were being very, but anyway, the thing that I thought was interesting, not a nitpick, but I was like, when they first go in and they go into a first person mode or an over the shoulder, he grabs his his other team member as like a human shield, and he walks like behind him, and he's the one at the front just going bang, 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 bang as they get to the barricade on the bridge. I was like, is that like really? You're gonna use one guy has to sacrifice himself and be literally a human shield while other people get into position behind him? I was like, I would hate that job. Like, your commanding officer just grabs your shirt and goes, all right, you gotta cover me. You gotta literally take a bullet for me if they shoot in our direction. I was like, fuck, really? Is that how it happens? I guess maybe that is.
Hey, you gotta advance, man. Somebody's gotta.
Yeah, someone's.
When you sign up, when you join the army, or the SEALs or whatever branch or arm of the military.
It's in the fine print.
You're basically signing your life. You're basically saying, like, I'm willing to die for my country to protect. You are.
Do it for your brothers.
Yeah. Well, that's another. That's
But
again.
I do love this stuff about the brothers and how it's all about. Like, even I think it's the opening mono. Like, yeah, the very first thing in the whole series is like, when you ask people what does it say? When you ask people about something, like, people back home will tell you it's for this and it's for that and it's for this. And he's like, well, and while it is, he's like, you ask the people that are there, they'll say, oh, why are you fighting? For freedom, for this, for that, for this. He's like, you talk to the people out there and they'll tell you that they're fighting for the person next to them. Because when you're there, like, that's who you have. And so I really like that they dig into that element of it. But anyways, that was a digression. Hayden, you were saying something?
Funny story about that. For some odd reason, Amazon decided, like, when it was playing in the opening monologue, and it was in like, what kind of, what's the language? It's in Hebrew, I think it was. Not Hebrew or even Arabic. Sorry, it was in Arabic. And I was like, oh, okay, like, this is cool. Like, what kind of show is this? Like, the opening monologue is in a language that I don't understand, and they're at a funeral, and I was like, wait up. This can't be right.
No.
And Amazon had preset it to some foreign language. I was like, it's not even in English.
Oh,
So
I was like, what are you
and
talking about? It was in Arabic.
I know, that's what I mean. I was like, oh, this is going to be a good story. And I totally forgot about it till just then. And I was like, and it would make sense.
I have no idea what they're saying, but I'm so into this.
It would have made sense because where they end up. But I was like, wait, this has got to be wrong. But for some random reason, that's what Primer did for me. But
That's weird.
yeah. Nitpicks. I don't know if they're trying to, like, strong arm in a relationship angle for Chief. I don't know. I mean, I know it's a character thing where they mention that he's trying to be more like Chris Pratt's character and have the wife and the good life at home. Mm-hmm. But we obviously know that he's different because he's like, this is the third time you've given me this book and I'm not going to read it again. The military leadership book. But and then there's a very brief phone call where she's just like, you said you were going to be home 6 months ago, and I don't know if I can do this anymore, and I'm done. I'm like, okay. Really? Like, I feel like it's, I don't know, I feel like it's maybe tacked on. It's obviously leading into how his mental health is and his mental state of why he's doing this. And he's obviously hasn't told her that he's been discharged. So she still thinks he's on, active duty. So
Yeah.
there will be, 4 more episodes to find out that. Or we'll see if she even comes back.
It's a very good point. Cut that. I don't know why.
No, keep.
Okay.
A very good point. That's the only thing that I can nitpick.
I know you were talking, Hayden, but I wasn't listening to you. I said it's
just the sounds that come out of your mouth just soothe me into not thinking about anything.
Yeah, you're melting my brain.
I love that so much.
No, look, I don't want to spend any more time talking about this right now. I really enjoyed this conversation with you guys. Actually, I feel like I enjoy the show even more now when you get to talk about all the little nuances of it. So I'm excited to continue watching with you guys. I hope you are watching at home. If not, you really need to check it out. It's super good. But I promised at the start of the show that we might be doing a little announcement at the end. So I want to get to that because Shao, you're such an awesome guy. He went down there. He went to this convention. And as soon as he came back, he got on and we were talking about it. And he said to us how he wants to, share some of these little swag things that he got with you guys because, you've been with us on this journey and we're very appreciative of it. So I'm going to throw it to Shao and he's going to tell you a little bit about what he has. And and then we'll go from there.
Yeah, so what I brought back that I want to share with everyone is that I have 3 units of what we call a Son Soundwear, which is wireless earphones. And they have spatial audio. These are spatial audio earphones, which means you can hear everything around you. They're built mostly for gaming, but you can use it for every day as well. So you know how gaming it is important. When you play something like Call of Duty or whatever, you need to know where your enemies are. So if they're shooting from behind you, you need to know you're 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 2 o'clock. You can hear exactly where it's coming from. And my friend who developed these and made these, he used to work for Monster and Beats by Dre. He was the sound engineer for them. And he, after years, he's developed these, which again, they're called Sonware. And I remember the first time I tried his prototype, I think this is around 7 years ago. Didn't even look like anything. There's just little pieces of metal that he shoved in my ear. And he played this audio clip. It's a clip of like a barber shop, like scissors. And he told me to close my eyes, and it's just sounds of snipping. But you can hear, you can literally hear the snippings right beside your ear or behind your head or up top like a massive mohawk. You can hear exactly where it is, and it kind of blew my mind. So when we got people to demo it or try it at PAX, a lot of people were genuinely surprised. A lot of people were, this is amazing, these are top of the line or whatever. So the goal of Son is to make top tier gaming earphones or earphones in general, but at a fraction of the cost. So these units I have, they are 200 each, 200 USD each. I can't do the conversion right now. Let's say 200, 250. So we have 3 of these to give away. And Justin, Hayden, I have one for you guys as well. So yeah, that is going to be incorporated into our giveaway, which we will be rolling out in the next few weeks. So be prepared, and good luck, everyone. Hope you guys win.
Yeah, that's super awesome, Shao, man. Shao Mang. super awesome, Shao Mine. Uh, dude, just knowing this guy's background and like hearing you talk about it and hearing you talk about it with us like privately, like this is so cool. I'm super thankful that you thought of, bringing some back for even Hayden and I, and willing to give them to some of our listeners. I'm super excited to try them because, um, good headphones go a long way.
Yeah,
Um,
that they
and
do.
Myself, I don't always want to spend a whole bunch of money on them. So
Yeah.
to have the opportunity to have something like this is pretty sweet. So we're going to take some time next week to get a little more into the details with you fine folks. And I don't think we're going to launch it next week, but we'll start releasing more and more information and details about what you can expect and how to get your name in to win a set. And I think we will probably do maybe one a month, starting doing the giveaways October, November, December. So yeah, follow along. As always, thanks for coming back. Thanks for listening. If you're enjoying the show, like and subscribe, please. You can follow us on our socials, and always, always our inbox is open. chummythumbs@gmail.com. So until next week, my fine folks, keep on thumbing.
It's a good point. I love that. I love that. Every time we're back from a break. Yeah, it's a good point. That's so good.
It's the best way to just roll on.
It's funny because in my head I knew what I wanted to say, but then when it like came to it, I was like, "That's a good point." I was like, "Why did I say that?"